What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? New show alert, new show alert. Listen, this is coming to you from executive producer Issa Rae. This is called The Sweet Life, and it is streaming on HBO Max. So the first 3 episodes are already up. We're going to go ahead and talk about the first episode, and then we'll get the other 2 episodes out this weekend. I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do it, but we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. I'm thinking that I might do the next 2 episodes. I don't know. We'll talk about it. But anyway, we're going to talk about episode 1. So this is an unscripted series. So what it is that we have a group of black millennials. I'm assuming they're like millennials in South LA. Well, yeah. South LA. Yeah. Um and it's just going to basically chronicle what they have going on. And so let me go through it. We have PJ. PJ is single. They call themselves the Wood. That whole little group, they call themselves the Wood. PJ is single. Okay. There we have Brianna, we have Jordan, and then we have who's the other one? Rebecca. There's a whole romance square between the four of them, okay? Jordan loves Brianna, but Jordan used to mess with Rebecca, and Rebecca and Brianna are friends. So Jordan didn't tell Rebecca that he used to mess with Bree or vice versa. And then you got PJ, who's been hanging out with Bree and Rebecca, and the same situation is unfolding. It's a whole lot with that. I feel like that's going to get messier before it gets cleaner, but that's pretty much what I picked up with them, okay? We have Amanda and her boyfriend, Rob. Tylin, who's an event planner. She seems to be like the focal point of this group. She's an event planner, and she has her boyfriend. Now, they've been together for like a year and a half, and they live together. We have Cheryl and her boyfriend, Gerard. They've known each other since high school. Cheryl is a fashion designer, and they've been together for 8 years. Gerard lives at home because he said, listen, I'm at home trying to save me some money, and I'm not sure we're ready to move in together. Now Cheryl is looking at Thailand like, ooh, y'all move kind of fast, and I think everybody else is looking at them going, ooh, y'all moving kind of slow. But listen, it's your race, run it. I was getting ready to do the whole Bible script about the race is not given to the, but he who would do it to the end. But y'all know what I'm saying. Now we start this episode off. We have Cheryl. Listen, I don't know. Thailand, her boyfriend. And it's not Cheryl and Gerard. It's Amanda and her boyfriend, I think. Yeah, y'all know it's gonna take me a minute to get these names, child. They're on the beach doing trap yoga. I'm gonna let that sink in. Trap yoga. I always thought yoga was supposed to be zen and meditative and quiet, and I just didn't know you were supposed to be twerking on the beach to the trap music and then hitting them with the namaste. I didn't know that's what we was doing. We meet Jordan. Jordan has his own he has his own brand, his own clothing brand called Hypeland. He started it when he was a sophomore in high school. It's anime meets streetwear kind of thing. His mom is his COO, and I was loving his mama because his mama was cussing at him and talking to him like he was crazy in her office where she was running things, okay? um and so we get to see him a little bit. Then we see Miss Brianna and PJ. They on their way to a dispensary. She's like, listen, now she's originally from Michigan. Her and Rebecca both from Kalamazoo, Michigan, and she just recently moved here. She said she got this psychology degree that she's trying to use because where she working now, she is not utilizing her degree. So she is trying to figure some things out in her life, which we have all been there and done that. Some of us are still there. Can I get an amen? All right. PJ, I think, does something with music. He was riding in his Honda, honey, with the sunroof kept flopping down. I mean, the sun visor kept flopping down. Listen, I ain't mad about it. I ain't mad about it. He said he waiting to get his Tesla, and I'm here for it, because so am I. Okay? Okay. So the guys go to work out, and PJ gets introduced to Gerard. Well, PJ and Gerard already know each other, but he gets introduced to Jordan. And that's when we realize that Jordan has a thing for Bree, and Bree's been hanging out with PJ. I already explained that whole love square thing going on. But that was, the first time that, and Jordan's thing is, I love Bree. Everybody know I love Bree. Bree, I love Bree. Now, I don't think Bree feel the same way. Because when we met Bree, Bree seemed like she liked being single and she is footloose and fancy free. I don't know if Bree feel the same way about Jordan as Jordan seemed to feel about Bree. I don't know. We're going to find out. Like I said, I think this whole situation is going to get messier before it clears up, okay? But we're going to get there. Then the ladies have like a girls' night out type of situation with Brianna leading the way. Now, Tylen invites Cheryl, and for whatever reason, Bree has a problem with Cheryl being there. I don't know why Bree has a problem with Cheryl being there, but she does. I'm guessing that's something that'll come out a little bit later on, because Tylen asked her, like, well, why you got a problem with her being here? And, she ain't really, from what I could say, she ain't really give a straight answer. I couldn't tell why it was a problem, but okay. We find out from Bree that, she just got out of a really bad, 8-year relationship where they had been together since high school. She thought he was the one, but it ended up not really being the one. And she basically ghosted him and moved to LA. Look, Bree seems to be the wild child of the group, okay? Bree seems to be the one that paints outside of the lines, but I think she's used to being pretty and cute and getting away with it. So we're going to see about Miss Bree. I don't know. I'm going to reserve my thought process on Miss Bree, but I got my eye on her at the same time, okay? Then we have a situation where we see Rebecca and Bree meet up, and they sort of, again, they're both from Kalamazoo. They're really good friends, and they're basically clearing the air about this whole PJ situation because they don't want to repeat of what happened with Jordan. And again, they start talking about, well, you met him first. Well, why didn't you tell me about this? Well, why didn't you tell me about that? But they seem to be good with it. And like Bree said, I really wish PJ had told me he had been hanging out with Rebecca, because the last thing I want is my friend sloppy seconds. That's what happened with Jordan. Again, I feel like we're going to get more information on this whole situation, but either way, it was messy. But I can appreciate the fact that they handle it like grown women, and they ain't fighting about it, and they not being catty to each other, and they didn't lose their friendship over some mess that sounds like was just a whole lot of mess, okay? So I can appreciate that. I can definitely appreciate that. So Tylen is throwing a Black Excellence party. It is on inauguration night. It is celebrating Black Excellence and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And so she invites the whole crew. And we actually, the awkward thing is Brianna invited Rebecca. And Tylen seemed to have a problem with the fact that Brianna invited Rebecca. But I'm like, but you invited Cheryl to Rebecca's situation, so I don't understand what the problem is. Like, how you gonna have a problem with her doing it to you, but you did it to her first? And I sort of feel like that's why Bree did it. Was kind of like, well, you did it to me, so I'm doing it to you kind of thing. Real catty, real petty, but whatever, child. The other thing that sort of happened that night was we have Jordan and Brianna and Rebecca able to sort of clear the air with PJ, because Jordan said that this is the first time he really had a chance to sort of talk to Rebecca since that whole thing came out, that he was friends, that him and Bree had a thing in the past, and that the two of them were friends. And so they had a chance to sort of talk it out. Again, y'all, I feel like this is not the last we're going to hear about this whole situation. But neither here nor there. That was pretty much the first episode. Again, y'all know how these shows go. The first episode is laying the foundation, letting us figure out who's who. Y'all know it's a whole lot of names. I gotta figure all these people out. But we'll be straight. So far, so far so good. I definitely feel like this is geared towards like that whole millennial. Y'all know I'm not no millennial. I'm old. But we're going to check it out and see how it goes. Y'all let me know what y'all think. It's on HBO Max. If you have HBO, you got HBO Max. So go ahead and check it out. Let me know what you think. Peace.